Okay, let's make the tier list. Wait. Let's rename this. Or other row above. Let's make the classic Z. Z tier for LS, and then we have below Poo Poo. Okay, let's make it. Aatrox broken as fuck, 0 bad matchups. Doesn't matter if he falls behind, he still heals so much. Tanks a lot, AoE damage, a lot of fucking utility. Legit, I think only Riven is like bad matchup for this guy, because he like probably stomps even like shit like Fiora. Legit so OP. I like people are sleeping on this shit. Such a disgusting and unfun to face champion. For sure one of the best right now. Akali. Let's make brutal counter picks. Akali goes there. Cannot really blind Akali, mostly as a counter to some champions. Really hard to get 2 items, really bad to farm with and need skills to function, so only as a counter. Action is like A tier. Action is like A tier. He was S, but the problem is every champion in Z shits on him, and most champions in S will also shit on him. Hard to play, and yeah, need skills. Like, if you don't get fed, you're useless. So I would say A. Not really blind pickable anymore. Aphelios top. It's like B, like C tier, because action exists. He can function as a counter pick, but, well, you can pretty much, like, nobody will blind champions that Aphelios is good into, so you will never get an opportunity to even counter pick him. So he's like C tier, I guess. Camille is S. Really good at shutting down most champions, but she's only S because she has good matchups against Z tier champions, so she's like good into them. I mean, not like counter pick, but like decent.
Hope you like that one.
Help Dr. Drututt, I've been banned because I got too excited about the bet Sage. I'm sorry, mods.
I will check it out. Like, unban request, and I will check it out. Okay, but yeah, Camille has like, she's like action, but really? If she's behind, she's more useful than action. She also needs skills to be useful. Demis, thank you for tier 2, for the prime for 2 months. She also needs skills to be good, but if she doesn't get the kills, she still has tools to get them. I mean, like, action just has damage, so he cannot really get like back into the game by himself. But Camille can get back. Yeah, this is top lane only. Cassio, nobody plays Cassio top. Cho'Gath is like B. Actually A. I think he's slept on. Really good tank, really good AP as well. Just people don't want to play him for some reason. I think he's really slept on. I think he's really strong, but people just don't want to play him. Darius is S tier, for sure. For Soloq at least. Good matchups. Like, most champions that are in the meta, he's good into, and yeah. I think he's really good. Mundo. Actually, dog shit tier. Literally, probably worst champion in the game right now is Mundo. His damage is shit. He isn't tanky. 0 utility. A bad early game. All Z tier SA champions will just shit on him and get free scaling and then outscale him. Why would you play Mundo when there are 2 tanks in Z tier? Like, why would you play him? Like, they're about to combat. Yeah, Fiora is go. If you're good at Fiora, she's S. But if you're not good on her, you can only play her as a counter. Let's just assume everyone who's playing the champion is like insane at them, okay? So she's S right now, but not something amazing. There are like, she still has some bad matchups, but a good Fiora can work around them, so she's good. Gangplank. Let's be real, you guys. Like, there isn't a single good GP on the US, so it's hard to rate, but probably like B tier still. Okay, let's. That I haven't seen I haven't seen a single good Gangplank my entire life. Not a single time I have seen a single good Gangplank. So I think just because the champion is so fucking hard, you should just ignore him. Like, don't play him. Garagor is A tier. Gold hostage pick. You pick him and then... Oh? 19 LP. Oh, well, ranked is disabled. So we can finish this. Where is it? But yeah, Gragas is good hostage taker. Like, good for AP and good tank. Just solid pick. Garen is legit good. With Stride Breaker and Ignite, like Flash Ignite, and then you get Stride Breaker and attack speed boost. Most champions cannot survive like your Flash Q, E with Ignite into ult. He like 100 to 0 you. He's really good. I think people are sleeping on him. Gwen is counter pick only. Lately just a champion to pick into Sion Ornn. Which makes her good because both Sion and Ornn are really high up. But she's only, like, blinding Gwen is equivalent to smashing your balls with a fucking hammer, bro. Like, it just, like, you will regret it. So, like, you will think it's a good idea and it will give you pleasure, but then you do it and you instantly regret it after they lock in something that completely kills your champion and you cannot play the game. So, she's legit probably the most, like, if you pick Gwen into, like, 4 melee champion comp and they have, like, low range ADC, you won. Like, if you just get 2 items, you won. Because she's just so hard to deal with for melee champions, unless like there isn't many of them that can deal with her. Like only like Fiora and fucking Red Kayn can maybe like deal with her. But other melee champions she just completely rolls. So she's brutal counter. Gravestop as a hostage taker, not nerfed yet by the way. Gets million armor, infinite sustain. I could teach a monkey to play this champion and they could survive any lane you put them into. Just a good champion, but really boring, so not good for climbing. It's only like you can't carry with it, but you will hostage. Eloy is B. High B. I only played against Wufo Eloy and I stomped it. So I won't really talk about her because I have no clue. But probably most ZS8 tier champ just shit on her and she can play the game. But yeah, don't really see often, so I can't really judge. Gnar is bad. Worse than Aphelios even. But not as bad as D tier. I guess below Aphelios. Low range, but harass. Like most champions just ignore him. Really hard to control in team fights and yeah, doesn't offer much. Irelia S if you're good. Wait, let's organize this. Hostage tier P.
Ioniacles.
Irelia is good. Yumi Futafan, thank you for the prime. Yumi, I mean not Yumi, Irelia, the creature. She's really good, but you gotta be good at her. Hard champion, but really good into all champions that are like... Most of those S champions are only good because they are decent into those like that are gonna be in Z. But yeah, Irelia is really good. Jacek. Do I need TF Blade is rank 3 Korea, do I need to say more? Not okay, I'm kidding. But not like taking credit away, but Jacek is really OP right now. Good matchup, like
Really?
his bottom Z tier because all the Z tier champs shit on him, okay? All Z tier champs shit on Jacek, so that's why they are like above him. But Jacek is really good. Stomps all of those champions, stomps all of those besides Gragas. Like that buff wasn't needed. And especially with Divine and Frozen Heart build, it's like legit impossible to deal with him. Jace, if we assume you're good, it's like high A tier still. Like if you're good. Like this tier list is assuming you play the champion to max potential besides GP, because I've never seen a max potential GP, so I won't rate him based on that. But if you're a good Jace, it's still A. It's playable. But it's much harder. But you probably shouldn't play Jace if you wanna climb. Like ignore that champion. Let's keep looking. Kale. She's legit Gwen, but less cute, and with shittier early. And like you need a jungler that helps you level 4, and you need enemy to not have any artillery / long range champions. It's like literally Gwen. Literally the same champion. Literally the same champion. Gwen and Kayle. They are literally the same. I cannot tell the difference in playing them. It's the same playstyle. You build the same items even, besides the Berserkers, you don't build those on Gwen. You just wanna get 2 items and then do something. Except that Gwen doesn't need level 16. Gwen just, like, you get Nashor, Riftmaker, she unbuckles her belt, reveals the huge Futa cock, and just, like, pegs anyone who gets in her way, and is a melee champion. Kayle needs level 16 and 2 items to function, so... Even 3 items in some games. So, yeah. But she's good counter pick. But the problem is, those 2 are only good into Ornn. Pretty much. You would pick those into Ornn. Maybe Gwen into Sion, but she would rather have a Camille or an Aatrox into Sion. But still. Kennen. I have no clue why more people don't play this champ. Probably, like, I don't wanna be, like, if I was biased, I would put him here, but I will, like, try to, and, like, I don't know, it's just disgusting. This champion has so much fucking damage, so much, like, no matter how much you shut him down, he'll still do the same thing, and all of his items are so cheap, and it's so easy for him to farm them, especially because every time he has flash, he gets double kill at least, or a kill, worst case scenario. So yeah. I won't rate Karma top. Vaiku, thank you. Okay, fine. There you go. Happy Magi Felix undercover account. I rated Karma top. Hostage pick, pretty much. Okay, maybe not. Actually, B. All S tiers and A tiers and Z tiers shit on her. Haim? No, Haim is not a top laner. Nobody plays Haim. Kled. Lol. I need to say more. Make his W unactive and make his ult point and click. There you go. So Kled can be fucking anything that isn't dog shit. What is this tier list for top lane? Kled is so dog shit. Loses to every single champion here. Even Aphelios beats him probably. Even Aphelios, if he goes Exhaust, beats him. And then they all outscale him as well. Like, how shitty time to be a Kled player, that's what I wanna say. Malphite. The Jace Tryndamere counter pick, there you go. That's all I have to say. Mordekaiser. Better than Kled. Because he can just ult someone and waste their time. So still better than Kled. Nasus. Counter pick only. Good counter pick though. He's decent.
Really?
Cyberway, thank you to Prime. But just nobody will play him because it's just like... If you wanna scale, just pick Gwen. Or Kayle. Nico top. I haven't tested her yet, but I think AD Nico top is like a shittier action, so... I think it's only fitting to put her a full tier below him. But I think she's good. AD Nico. She's like a shitty action. But it works. Okay. Wait, did I miss anyone? Ornn. Braindead. Offers too much. Too strong early for what he offers late. Outscales every champ in the game because of items and gold. Olaf is the top laner. Okay, fine, I will rate Olaf. What is he? I can't find him. Am I blind? There you go. But yeah, offers too much, insane engage, insane early, cannot put... Not many champions can punish him early. Offers too much for the team. Doesn't have to fucking recall. Breaks the game. It's just Omega 8 to play versus him. It's impossible to punish. A monkey could play this champ. But maybe I'm just personal bias, but I think he's unironically OP as fuck. Pantheon. Those buffs were a joke. That's all I will say. I would rather have Aphelios than Pantheon. Fucking... It's like Renekton. Queen. She's a shittier Nico. No, she's like Nico, but more mobile, but with less CC. But in the end, she's a shittier action. Again, any ranged top laner you compare, you need to keep this guy in mind. If they don't do what he does better, they are worse. So... He's much safer, much harder to punish, better late. Roams are better as well. Better utility despite him not only having damage. Let's keep going. Poppy. Literally, they pick Camille, Riven, Irelia, you pick this champion, they can play the game for the rest of the... Like, they can only side lane. One of the most brutal counter picks in the game, but just nobody wants to play her because she's just so fucking boring, bro. It's just like, most people just don't want to play those champions because they're just so boring. Renekton. And ironically not that bad. I will never get me to say that a champion with a point and click stun and being able to just hold his own early, which is the most important part of the game, on his own, with a point and click stun, which is an insane setup for any jungler, is bad. For sure better than Pantheon, Gnar, Morden, Kled, and Pupu champs. And better than Aphelios. I won't rate Maokai. I haven't seen a Maokai top in like 2 years. Because Futak is D1. Rengar top. Like B tier. Can't lose lane on him, but then what do you do after that? So I guess like also a hostage pick. Just worse Graves. Riv. Oh boy. Oh boy. They even need to talk about Riven. I think anyone can just do this. Like, just do this. Look. Yeah. This is one of the hardest top laners, and she has 53% win rate with 8% pick rate. I don't think I need to say more about this. I don't think Riven needs any introduction. Rumble top. It's pretty shit. It's like bottom B. Only OTPs play this, so I can't really say much. L9 Helio, thank you for the prime. He's just like a cheese pig with the ignite and flash when overhit. Not much to offer. Samira, unironically A tier. Just nobody wants to play her. She's so fucking OP on top lane. Just the problem is, Samira is shit into all of the Z tier champs and all of the S tier champs, but anything else below S or Z, she completely rolls. She wins versus Cannon, she wins into Action, she wins into Jace, probably wins into Cho'Gath. Gragas cannot bully her or do anything, so she just free scales. Garen probably wins, but she can bully him early. Oh yeah, she shits on Fiora. Yeah, Samira shits on Fiora hard. She's decent into Fiora, decent into Camille. She can work versus Graves. And others not so much. But she's really good. She deals lots of damage, and after level 6, anytime you like any misstep leads to a kill. So she's pretty good. Guys, nobody plays Volibear top. Nobody plays Volibear top. Volley is bad. They play him as a jungler only. Set. I don't know. Brain dead hostage taker, I guess. Not much. He doesn't offer much. Hard to punish. I guess like below like Karma and B tier. I haven't seen him much. It's like I won't really speak about Set. Not really much insight I can give. Shen. It's solo queue. Shen will never be below S for solo queue because of the instant shield. Hello Twitch stuff. Don't ban me please, I'm a good boy. But Shen just like takes 0 skill, really good early game, can bully most champions, and then he gets priority with his ult, so he can go and help your team. And he's one of the best, like, side lane champs because he cannot get dove, and he will always be faster to the fight than you. So he will always be S, just because of ult alone for solo queue. Okay, let's keep going. Singed. I mean, like, B tier, only OTPs play this champion as well. It's like, I don't see those champions, because meta on top is so stale. I see the same champions non-stop, so I can't really say anything about Singed because I haven't faced him in a long while. I think he's decent, though. If you go the disgusting Predator roam style, he's probably, like, A. But if you go, like, normal top Singed without, like, terrorist play style, you go, like, B. Below Nico, above Eloy. Okay. Oh boy. This will upset a lot of people. Tank Sion with Hull Breaker, suiciding into towers. Never had less fun playing. I would rather face this creature abomination or this than this, but I won't say he's better than them. Cannot be punished on lane. Insane wave clear. He one-shots jungle camps because Riot for some reason gave him insane damage on Q because they wanted to make him a jungler, which backfired. Now Sion can take your camps with 0 damage items. Infinite scaling. One of the most useful champs in a 5v5. Cannot kill him on side lane unless you are Camille and you can stop his ult. You cannot do anything against him on lane because he will freeze and then he can space you with his abilities. Or he can suicide, get the wave, and then break your freeze, or even kill you in the best case scenario, okay? His items are cheap as fuck to buy as well, and he can farm them really easily, and he gets way more value out of HP items like Titanic Hydra, because he gets HP on his W. I don't know, it's just in general such ace champ. I'm glad that everyone is starting to play this because fucking Debu CFFS is in Korea and he's like biggest league streamer, so everyone wants to be like him, and they realize how cancer this shit is to face. I've been facing this playstyle whenever facing him in like for so long. It's so stressful, it's so not fun, and I would like they need to like rework how his passive works and compensate him somewhere else. Like make his passive death timer not start until he bleeds out, and then like I don't know, give him more damage on Q early game. I don't know, fucking anything. Just like this playstyle, like you want to know what I'm talking about until you face it. It's just so unfun. It's just so unfun. It's even worse than the Janna top shit. I would rather face that than Sions ramming their ugly heads against towers and just having 0 ways to punish them unless you play like unless you're Camille. Pretty much only Camille, you're so fucked against this playstyle. Because you cannot stop his ult if he's smart, not greedy, and he will escape and then waste your time. And then most top lane champions are forced to take Ignite because top lane is so shit, so they need Ignite. So, I don't know, Sion literally borderline... I have no words, just... You have to face it, but it's really OP, just play it if you want. Take 0 brain, cannot punish him. You kill him on lane, level 2, then what? He clears the entire wave, pokes you to half HP, TP's back, and now you can't play the game because he has cloth armor. Whatever. Cringe champ. Hate facing it. I mean, Riot August said that they will be doing something about his passive soon, so, voila, thank you, Riot. Thank you. I can't wait. Can't wait for those changes, because this is so not fun to face. Okay, that's all I will say about Sion. Sylas counter pick, Malphite counter pick, literally only. Nothing else I will say about Sylas. Literally only viable top into Malphite or maybe Kale. Kench, really bad. They just like no sustain anymore. He is easy to poke. Teemo. I think Teemo is good. I think Teemo is low-key better than Action. It's just boring. Teemo shits on Graves, shits on Camille, shits on Fiora, shits on Irelia, shits on Darius, shits on Riven, and Jacek. He's so good, but just nobody wants to play him. Teemo bullies those champions so fucking hard, disables them in a 5v5, and then sets up a gulag in top or bot side of the map. You can't gank him, you can't do anything, and he has insane scaling because of his shrooms. He's just a really good champion. He's insanely good. I need to play him more. But it's just that I would rather play Action than him. Action roughly does the same job of bullying, but then he doesn't scale as well or have as much utility, but it's just way more fun. But I think he's really good. Just slept on. Really slept on. One of not many viable AP top laners are Kennen and Teemo. Kennen probably even better than... I mean, Teemo probably even better than Kennen. Tryndamere. After the nerfs, he's not as bad. He's not as broken, I think. And all Z tier champs shit on him. And most S tiers besides Camille also shit on him. I guess he's like A tier. Better than Cho'Gath probably. No, actually not. And worse than Gragas. Better than Samira though. Vayne top. The Ornn counter pick. The Shen Ornn counter pick sits here. Shits on Shen, Ornn, not on Sion. Okay. Twop? Nah. Urgor. Urgor is shit. After Hullbreaker nerds, this champ died. Literally died. Murdered him. They murdered this champion. Done him dirty. Probably worse than a Pantheon. Like C tier. So bad. Low range, no. Cannot abuse champions early. He used to have good one item spike, not anymore. Really, like all his itemization is just too bad. He has no items to buy. All of them suck. Vex top is unironically good, but the problem with Vex top is that it's hard to make her work because of the comps. Because most of the time, your mid will also be AP, and if they pick something like AP, like, I don't know, Syndra, and then you pick Vex top, they will just go Mercs, Hex Drinker, and you suck. But Vex top, she is good into Riven, she's good into Irelia, she is good into Jax as well, unironically, because he can't ever jump on her. And most range tops she is also good into. She's legit good, but I would place her as a counter pick only. Vex top is decent. Viego top. I played him a lot. Like a lot. And I deadass think he's really good. If you go Ignite and go Kraken first, you deal so much damage, and then any TV2 you take, because of the broken jungle champions, it's just nice. I don't know, he's good. He's decent. I think he's good. I play him a lot lately and he's working out. Maybe just because I'm insane, but I don't know. Like, I stomped Fioras, I stomped Camille's, I stomped fucking Jace players. Like, it's just really good. He's decent. But if you die once, it's over, by the way. It's over. It's like Action. But it's much easier to die on Viego than Action. You die once, it's over. But if you keep snowballing, he's really good. If you go crit. Vlad. Actually, counter pick only. If you counter pick him into like Ornn or maybe even Sion, if you're a decent Vlad and you counter pick him into or even like Jax, like your scaling is so insane, and your early game, because top lane, you have infinite sustain, no mana, you can use Krags as a fucking health dispenser or even Gromp. Cannot dive him. And yeah, a lot of AoE to clear the wave. Really decent. Vlad top is only for scale you can't lane. You are so fucking wrong, you don't even realize. If Vlad goes Ghost Aerie, he has unironically good lane. Okay. Warwick top. Like, it's like Renekton, but harder to play against. Shitty cheese pick that will work only once versus a player. Once you realize how Warwick top works, you will never lose to it. Monkey unironically top of S tier. Really strong right now. Really simple to play, really strong, and offers a lot to the team. I don't know, Monkey is just great. He's also simple. I think he's one of the best champions to play right now if you want elo. He has good matchup into Riven. He's decent into Aatrox probably as well. Destroys Camille. Probably wins into Irelia or Fiora if you play well. And if you hate ranged top laners, Monk, literally such a brain dead pick. Not a single ranged top laner can play into him. Like, if you pick Monk, if they blind Akshan, like make the mistake of blinding Akshan in this meta, and you pick Monk, you just go D-Shield, second wind, wait till Shin and level 6, and then he will never do anything to you. Even if you die twice, as long as you have Shin and level 6 and Ignite, he can't do anything to you. Like the Gorilla champ OP. Victor, I won't wait Victor top. Nobody plays Volibear, and if he does, there you go. Not much to say. He's a shittier Renekton top lane. Yasuo. You can't play Yasuo, but he's good. If you are good, like, if you are good, hey, but you have to be really good on him. But this tier list assumes you are the best at the champion as you can be, besides GP. Because there isn't a single good GP player, but Yasuo is really strong. Wind Wall against ranged champions is pretty much a Kayle ultimate for your entire team. You don't realize how ace it is to play any ranged champion into Yasuo. Like, ADC champs, Kayle, Akshan, Teemo, Kennen, they legit can't play into Yasuo. Because of one ability. And don't even get me started if they pick like a setup for Yasuo. If Yasuo has setup, like Diana ult, even fucking Aatrox Q, if you for some reason have Aatrox mid or jungle, it's just like so bullshit. I think Yasuo should not be able to ult of team-friendly knockups. I think that's like most unhealthy interaction in the game. I wish they removed it and they just gave him anything else. Probably most people will agree. Because, like, they sneeze on you, like, shitty mini knockup for a 0.1 second, and then Yasuo extends it by 2 seconds and nukes you. Like, nobody wants to play against it. It's so boring. It's so unfun to face as well. Yona unironically shit. Any champion Z, S, A, even B, maybe not B, but anything above A completely bodies him on lane, and he's a shittier Yasuo. Yasuo has wind wall, Yasuo has better gap closers, and Yasuo has better early game because of his passive. Riven shits on him, Aatrox shits on him, Sion ignores him, Ornn takes 0 damage from him, Yatsula, lol, Monkey mauls him, Graves bullies him, Camille outscales and kills him on cooldown at level 6, Fiora shits on him, Irelia destroys him, Darius destroys him, Shen ignores him and outscales, and A champions just completely roll him. Yone is unironically bad. I think like top of C tier, okay, maybe not. Am I really gonna place Yone below Renekton? How the times have changed, no? But I'm speaking from my own experience. maybe I'm biased because all of my champions shit on him and I'm pretty good Yone myself, so I know how he works, but I swear Yone top is so dog shit right now. It's so bad. Like, I fucking could play Viego top into Jokil and probably destroy him, just because of how shit Yone top is right now, after all of those shield boners and etc. And the buff they are giving him is laughable. They give Yasuo a huge buff and this guy gets fucking cooldown level 3 ult, lol. Like, Riot, wake up, hello? Yasuo is the better brother, do something about him first. Okay, Yorick. Lol. Very top. She's a great counter into Urgot, but problem is nobody will blind Urgot. Like, she's decent. But only into Urgot. Nothing else. No, wait, let's think. Yeah, pretty much only Urgot. Am I missing anyone? I think that's all. Am I missing anyone? Trundle? Oh, right. It's literally Warwick, but worse. And worse than Renekton. He's not even good. Like, stop having this delusion that he's good into tanks. He's not. Yeah, he's literally a Wufo champ, bro. Come on. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I think that's all champs. You can argue with this tier list, but remember, it's based on my personal, and anything below Z is personal. But if you disagree that Riven, Aatrox, Sion, Ornn, and Jacek are top 5 top lane champions right now, you're stupid. They are OP as fuck. Queen is here. Look. Like, you can, like, YouTube, you can argue with anything that is S and below, but if you try to argue with those 5, I will laugh at you, okay? At any era, they are the best right now.